Cosplay is, well, it's short for costume play, and it quite literally means just wearing a costume. I've been into Japanese culture and anime and manga and all that sort of thing since I was about 10, 11. And it's just sort of always been there in the background, like I always sort of knew it was a thing, but it never really seemed for me until I think I was about 16, and I was like, I kind of want to give this a go. And picking the first character to cosplay was really difficult. It took the best part of a year, I think, to try and decide what it was I wanted to do. Until eventually I came across a concept art drawing of Junko from Danganronpa, and I was like, that's it, that's what I want to do. So I commissioned the costume because I didn't want to make it when it was my first costume in case I messed up, and yeah, wore it the next month. And it took me ages to get her costume on, and I do mean ages. I think it took me about 5 hours in the end. I posted a picture on the internet, as you do, and some guy commented on it and he was like, I can't believe you would show off this much boob, like, you're such a slut, you're such a whore, what are you doing? And I'd actually edited the costume to show off less cleavage than Junko's actually does. A lot of opinionated teenage boys on the internet decided to inform me that I was the kind of person who was ruining the sanctity of cosplay, and I was an attention whore who just got her boobs out for attention, and I was like, what? I mean, even if I did want attention, it definitely wasn't from the sort of people I was going to be getting that kind of attention from. And immediately people were very quick to jump to defence, invited me into lots of groups, sessions, and then we ended up hanging out outside of conventions quite a lot, and they're friends that I've kept even now, so it is a really warm, welcoming place. It sort of challenges you to reach outside your boundaries of both of what you would usually wear, what you would usually make, and you have to sort of get on your character's level, and you get to experience how your character is feeling, based on what they're wearing and the struggles they go through. So it really does help you, especially if you cosplay based on characters that you identify with. Their bravery can sometimes help you see through things as well. I had a lot of self-esteem issues, and it was very strange because you could you could sort of feel the anxiety just melting off when you put that costume on. When I had that costume on, I wasn't Georgia, I was Junko. For those few hours at that convention, I wasn't me, and Junko wasn't worried about how she looked, so therefore neither was I. So that was really helpful to come to terms with myself and my body. My most recent future cosplay plan is Ariel from Disney's The Little Mermaid. She's been my favourite since I was a little girl. It was the first film I watched that wasn't the Teletubbies, and I've always wanted to be her. Asked my mum when I was 3, I'd be like, I'm going to be Ariel when I grow up, so now I'm going to be Ariel now that I'm grown up. I actually used to live on a boat on the Thames, so I always lived very close to the sea, so in general, like, I've always felt a little bit more connected to her because of that. And then we also share a very common goal as well, which is, this is a bit grim, but both me and Ariel want working legs. I've grown up with a disability called fibromyalgia, which basically means, in very simplified terms, I'm in pain all the time. We don't know what it is, no one knows what's caused it, but it's believed to be within the amygdala in your brain, giving confused signals to your body. So my whole body is ripping itself into place. So my hips are like this, and all the individual parts of my back, I've forgotten what they're called, the spine things, they're all being pulled out of place. So the top of my neck doesn't connect to my head properly, and I have really bad migraines, but it was first present in my legs as a child. And the only time I would ever be elevated from the pain was when I was swimming. And I always used to say when I was growing up, like, I really wish my legs worked properly like everybody else's did. So in that way, I always felt quite connected to Ariel because she always felt a little bit separated from everyone because she couldn't be who she was, because she couldn't walk properly. And in the original story, I think it's Hans Christian Andersen who wrote, and in that one, her legs were painful whenever she was walking on land. Every step she took felt like she was being stabbed in the feet and stuff. So I always felt really, really close to Ariel. So I wanted to cosplay her for a long time. So I'm really nervous that I won't suit her because she's so important to me, you know. I realise. 6 o'clock this morning and it is now almost 10, so I've been up for 6 hours already.
Invited as cosplay guests here, so we are hosting our booths, we are selling our prints, we're giving tips to other cosplayers, or at least what I do, and I'm also here for promoting our brand new cosplay magazine, which is called Cooke, and which is completely filled with different tutorials on how to make costumes, wig styling, sewing, pattern making, prop making. That's what we're doing here.
I think every costume we do adds something to the community, because there'll always be someone you haven't spoken to yet who you'll eventually bump into because your costumes will overlap, if that makes any sense at all. Like, I've had some cosplay friends who I always seem to run into. We always end up seeming to do something similar, even if we haven't planned it at all. Always end up with the same needs.
Everything from your store-bought, Halloween, to your very decorated, highly skilled cosplayers who are putting together movie quality or better costumes, yes.
It was my first armor, and I made a costume for the finals of the European Cosplay Gathering in Paris, and I worked like half a year on it because I'm working normally, I don't have so much free time, so I just make a bit in the evening and then the next evening a bit, so it takes longer for me to make the costumes. Great way to act out your creativity. You can just slip into different roles, slip into different skin, wear different kind of hairstyles, costume and makeup you cannot wear every day. So it's really nice to just portray the character you love most, be creative and find creative solutions to transfer like a 2D reference into a 3D costume. I think it's a really creative process, I really enjoy it.
Ariel has been one of my dream cosplays since I was a little girl, and getting to see all the kids' responses to me today was really lovely. I hope that I made some little girl's day. Yeah, it was definitely worth it.
People do not say enough, do what you like to do. Wear what you want to wear regardless of your weight, race, anything else. Wear what you want to wear and own it, because you will look fabulous, I promise.